Good Tuesday morning, slightly different picture to start the day. A lot of gloom and some pretty raw winds. So definitely colder and not as bright and cheery as the weather we experienced early on Monday. Let's go to the time lapse. This is our Gwaltney Group camera from Assisi Heights. Watch the sun trying to break through the clouds. There are a couple of instances of that, but right now just limited sunshine. I think we'll have that off and on throughout the day. A lot of clouds though, otherwise the rule, and those winds are raw. Winds right now 15 miles per hour. It's 13 degrees. You throw those numbers together and it does feel like it's just a little bit below zero, but we see some shadows still out there, some of that sun trying to break through. So filtered sun, we'll take that for a win. Even though it's not a very particularly warm day, at least it's somewhat bright and cheery to some extent. A little sunshine is still possible today. It looks like this may be one of the grayer days of the week. And if we can have at least some sun on the grayest, coldest day of the week, I guess we have to be happy with that. And although we are definitely feeling more February-like today than the past couple of days. We reached 33, incidentally, on Monday for high temperature. It wasn't as balmy as the weekend, but still about 8 degrees above average. So we did pretty well yesterday before that cold front came through. Today, behind the front, it's wind, it's clouds, and yeah, it's definitely feeling much more winter-like or early midwinter-like. It's maybe not quite as cheery at this point, but the prospect of improvement is ahead of us as we look at some of the temperatures. It's 13 in Rochester. Dodge Center now down to 10 degrees. Keep in mind, just a few hours ago, I came into work around 3 o'clock this morning. Most of the area was right around 20. It has gotten colder since then, and the winds have been with us all night. They are unrelenting. They are going to take time to slightly subside, at least drop off a little bit, but still that nasty raw breeze will be with us, keeping that harsh feel in the air. 16 in Mason City, 5 the wind chill in Winona. Winds 15 miles per hour. It feels like 3 below. Air pressure is rapidly rising. High pressure trying to come in, trying to scour out those clouds, trying to diminish the winds. But temperatures compared to this time yesterday, 9 degrees colder in Rochester, Mason City 8 degrees colder. I think Winona might, I just noticed that, I think their sensor might be on the fritz again because that happened this time last week. Remember, Winona at one point was saying like it was 60 degrees and everybody else was 28 or something like that. I think that may be a little bit off because Winona just a couple of hours ago was still in the upper 20s, and now they're saying it's a lot colder. But the wind chill elsewhere below zero, the Rochester 3 below. I do believe that number, and it feels like it's 3 below in Albert Lee, 0 in Zumbrota, 1 below in Charles City. A little sunshine trying to break through. Those winds are still with us. I mean, we're talking 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, gusting a little higher. It's not going to be brutally windy, but when you have temperatures barely in double digits, it does feel noticeably cooler, colder, more uncomfortable. Sunset 5:24 today, about a month away from having sunset after 6. Almost a month away, but we're getting there. Right now, looking at limited sun trying to break through. The stratus clouds still hanging around in satellite radar, but what we're not seeing there is the thicker mid-level clouds that are going to be with us for quite some time. The cold front that came through the area yesterday south of us, some flurries in parts of Iowa and Nebraska, but no snow for us. Today, a blustery day with limited sun. Tomorrow and even Thursday offer better chances of sun, and a little disturbance brings flurries Friday, maybe very light snow showers, but at this point I'm thinking flurries. And next round of measurable snow looks to be on Sunday. Temperature is definitely colder for us now than they've been in quite some time. 13 in Rochester. Up north, the more familiar midwinter sub-zero numbers, something of a reality check for us. We're starting to see that come back. 0 in Fargo, 3 below in International Falls, Duluth even colder than that. Here's high pressure trying to come in. It's going to eventually scour out the clouds. It might be tonight before we see full-scale clearing. We'll have limited glimpses at the sun during the day. Today, winds slowly dropping off. Light winds, clear skies tonight will be barely above 0, and then from there, light south breeze. Plenty of sun helps us get back to the lower 20s in the afternoon. Heading into Thursday, watching a storm system that will be just southeast of us. So we're going to be watching that as it grazes our area. So there is a chance that some of that snow will be moving up in this direction instead of going in this track of this particular computer model. What we're going to be watching with that is maybe southeast parts of the area, northeast Iowa, far southwest Wisconsin, getting a light coating of snow, southeast Minnesota, Rochester down to Preston, Winona. We could see flurries or light snow showers very late Wednesday night into Thursday. And that solution. Otherwise, this depiction of this particular computer model keeps the snow well south of us. That appears to be the more likely scenario. So for us, it means clouds and then sunshine, and Thursday looks pretty nice. But here's what would happen. Here's the GFS. Here's what could happen by early Thursday. Here's what would be on the ground between Wednesday night and Thursday afternoon. A quarter inch of snow in Rochester, a couple of inches in northeast Iowa. Madison, almost 4 inches. Chicago, half a foot. And maybe some flurries and snow showers, adding just a trace amount of snow on top of that on Friday. A better chance of accumulation Sunday. That system looks to bring potentially 2 to 4 inches of snow, maybe a little more, to the area on Sunday, midday and afternoon. Here's that same scenario. We're looking Wednesday night into Thursday. More than likely, this is the path. It'll be 3 or 4 inches, parts of Illinois down to Peoria, Chicago, Quad Cities, maybe a couple of inches. For us, maybe flurries. And then Friday, a couple of snow showers may yield a minor coating of a snowfall. This is the European model trying to give us more than half an inch. But at this point, I'm thinking flurries or very light snow showers, potentially maybe a quarter inch of snow on Friday. Again, Sunday, the better chance of measurable snow with a separate system that comes in late morning, I think, and for the afternoon. But today, look for brisk winds, a dry day, mostly cloudy, 20 in Rochester, Mason City 19, Winona 24. Peaks of sunshine. We've seen them. We'll likely see just a few more, and the winds remain rough. Tonight, decreasing clouds, decreasing winds, 5 degrees. And tomorrow, partly sunny, light winds, 23, 7-day forecast, perhaps a few flurries or very light snow showers Wednesday night. Chance for that also again on Friday. And then perhaps a few inches of snow on Sunday. Temperatures pretty much straight, solidly right on through that stretch. Very typical. We call it seasonable. In other words, very typical for this time of the season. And that is what we're expecting this week and really next week as well. If you're thinking, is Arctic air on its way? I don't see any signs of it. And if you're thinking, are we going to have a big warm-up? I don't see any signs of that either. 20-something, maybe 30-something at most, but no abnormally warm days for the most part, and no ridiculously cold Arctic days. Today is, it looks to be the coldest of the week, and this is not unusual for this time of the earth. Temperatures around 20, wind chills around 5 above through much of our Tuesday. In the meantime, stay warm, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Wednesday.